election is over, and it's being described as one of the most unique races in history in our country. So this morning, our John Keller takes a closer look at how best to describe it.
Good morning. Every November, the publishers of the Oxford Dictionary announce their choice for the word of the year, a term they feel captures the, quote, ethos, mood, or preoccupations of that particular year, end quote. Last year's word of the year was emoji. Not bad, but I have a suggestion for this year's word: lie. In case you missed it, there was a mini controversy during the presidential race about whether or not journalists should use the word lie to describe what happens when a candidate, well, lies. That sounds a bit harsh, the critics said, because it implies the person who uttered the lie is a liar. Well, it seems to me truth is an absolute defense when discussing politicians and their lies, but I'm mindful of all the appeals since election night for us to turn down the volume and come together in a fake post-election show of unity, which will last for about 15 minutes if it ever actually happens. So instead of lie, let's go with something kinder and gentler, like fib. And let's give the polls a rest for today and focus on the fibs that voters told us and each other this year. For instance, voters claimed they didn't like attack ads and negative campaigning, then turned around and rewarded that behavior at every turn. Voters insisted they cared about issues in the presidential race, but then told pollsters at the end that character was the biggest motivator for their vote. And while voters claimed to have record-shattering interest in this election, the turnout rate was 56%, the lowest in over a decade. So definitely, fib should be a contender for word of the year. And that's no lie. Talk back to me via email at keller@wbz-tv.com or use Twitter @KellerAtLarge.